$12,000. That's the exact amount of seller-paid concessions I was able to negotiate for my client who just bought a property a few months ago. Mind you, this client is a recent college graduate and she's a first-time home buyer. And if we haven't met, I'm Stacey Russell, your Northwest Houston realtor, educating buyers and sellers on all things real estate. My client Sophie is a perfect example of somebody who is able to reap the rewards of buying a home in the current market. Now, in my client Sophie's case, the property that we found had been on the market for 135 days and had already had a price reduction. We actually had a lot of leverage in how we wanted to write up an offer, and after speaking to my client, we decided that we were going to ask for a reduction of sales price as well as the full amount of concessions that her FHA loan would allow. In this particular situation, it was 6%, meaning that 6% of the total sales price could be given back to her in seller-paid concessions. And these concessions can help you buy down your interest rate, but they can also help you reduce your closing costs so that you pay less out of pocket at the closing table. After a little negotiation and a conversation with the listing agent about why my client wanted and needed those seller-paid concessions, the seller ultimately decided to agree to list price and giving that full amount of concessions to my client. Her total cash to close was almost $20,000, but because we were able to negotiate in the seller-paid concessions, she used some of that money to buy down her interest rate and she used the rest of it to cover her closing costs. So she only had to bring a check for about $4,500 to the closing table. So if you want to be like Sophie and buy a home while keeping the most amount of money in your pocket, we need to have a conversation. Send me a DM or comment below and let's have a conversation on how I can help you win in this market.